And as always, we're going to be looking for accurate context, good risk management, and always exercising good patience.
Everybody who's traded has gone through periods of time where their strategy hasn't worked.
Where if not a hard stop, you should reevaluate the trades you're in based on time.
That's what we're here for, is to put ourselves in the best success. A trading routine does that, builds that habit, lets you know what to work on, what to reflect on, and what to improve on the next day.
All right, good morning, everyone. Welcome to Make HOAG Money. This is me. I'm John Hoagland, Senior Performance Coach here at Top Step. The 40 years of futures industry experience, traded on the floor of the Mercantile Exchange for 20 some odd years, migrated to screen trading in 2009, and have been part of Top Step since 2011. And it's been my pleasure to have the opportunity to talk to thousands of traders from everywhere. And it's one of my favorite things to do. I feel very lucky to do what I do. This is the CFTC disclaimer. This is a funded account. This is my funded account. We are not suggesting that anybody else buy or sell the trade ideas that you guys are going to bring to me today. There's no guarantee of success or failure for anything. This reminds us that futures is very risky. You do have the risk of losing possibly more than your initial investment. These are leveraged products. We should only use risk capital to trade with. To me, risk capital is money I can afford to lose. That's why we love Top Step so much. We're going to be putting up the risk capital so you can make money. There is no possible way to expect performance that has happened in the past to occur again in the future. Again, this is for educational purposes only. The rules for Make HOAG Money: we do expect kindness and respect above everything. There are millions of differences of opinion of markets. It's what makes them so good. I'm going to ask a couple of people to talk today. We're all going to be involved in the decisions. And of course, if you do have a trade idea, the context of your trade is going to be helpful. If you are speaking, you will have the opportunity to share your charts to show. We're going to use the chat rooms to discuss trades. We're going to be polling everybody on YouTube and in the Zoom meeting to decide on the trades we're going to take, focusing on the MES for opportunities for now. Of course, a smart trader once told me we're not going to be taking trades just to trade, are we? And we are not. We're not going to take losing trades, which is meant to be a joke. We know that there is always the possibility of loss in futures trading. We have to accept it, cut it, and move on. And of course, your feedback is vital. A little sip of coffee, and let's get rolling here. Here we go. There's the platform. All right, who do we have with us today, and who is going to join me? We have Zoom user with us. I don't know who that is. How about Rick? We're going to get Randolph in here. And anybody else that would like to talk, raise your hand or let me know in the chat. Good morning, Stefan. Good morning, Will, Daniel, Tim.
What's up?
How are you?
Pretty good. How are you?
Okay. Good morning, Jason, Edward. Good morning, Pete, Jimmy, JD, Henry, Tyson. Let's make some money for sure. Morning 2.0, right? There we go. Ednelson. It's good to see you, Ednelson. I haven't seen you in a while. Good to have you back. How are you doing, Rick? I'm sorry, Randolph.
I'm doing pretty good.
Good.
Still recuperating from the weekend.
Well, when you're a rock star, especially at your age, it takes a while to recover.
Yeah. That was good. Good time.
Yeah.
See Molly Hatchet and Lynn Skinnard. They were better than Molly Hatchet.
Yeah. Lynn Skinnard, is that Leonard's sister?
Yeah. It's a tribute band.
I do enjoy those. I went to see Get the Lead Out about a month ago with my son, and man, it was fun.
I remember going with you about 3 years ago.
Yep. Yeah, it was a good show. Good show.
Yeah.
All right. So what are we thinking here, Rick? We got an overnight
I'm selling it against that 4170 to
Yeah.
4200.
All right, you like that, huh?
Pardon?
You like that level.
Well, I think you're getting a lot of resistance there. If you track it out, that 4170 go back a ways, you're going to see it. I think it hit there about 4 times.
As
you can see, we've rejected it, right?
Yep, and that happens to be the weekly kickoff high. So I'm looking for an opportunity there myself, but in regular trading hours, it hit there in the overnight.
Yeah. Well, we'll see what happens. I don't know. I just can't see anything positive in the news or, so I'm kind of going by the technicals.
I was going to take my son to go see the Australian Pink Floyd. He's a big... The Australian Pink Floyd.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
And
it's only one sanctioned by Pink Floyd.
He loves Pink Floyd, and he wasn't like excited about it, so I didn't want to buy tickets if he wasn't excited about it. I think he's excited about Get the Let Out too, but I'm excited about that, so I buy the tickets and I make him go.
You just want to be drumming up there.
No, I would love that.
Yeah.
I could probably hold my own for that whole show because I played Zeppelin albums in the basement over and over and over again on the drums.
It's embedded in your DNA, I think.
Yeah, I'm surprised that Mom and Dad didn't end up with shell shock.
Yeah. That and 25 or 624.
Yes. This'll drive you nuts.
Yeah.
Oh, I gotta turn on the fan here.
So there's no news coming out today, just a couple of squawking feds. Right?
Well, we do have job opens. We have job openings in the labor turnover.
That's 9 o'clock?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a kind of a nothing burger.
And factory orders. So
they're on VWAP.
Okay. Yeah, I was looking at that too. It's the gap close almost. $7.75. Ben, I see you saying hello. Is that you want to talk or are you busy?
You should get Tom on here one of these days.
Yeah.
Dale.
If he would show up.
You see the Bud Light things I was sending out last night?
Yeah.
I mean, there's people that are just literally taking out of the refrigerator and throwing the garbage.
Oh my God.
And is Anheuser-Busch, what's their stock signal? It's got to be tanking.
I have no idea. Yeah.
I mean, who does that? These guys, they got to be out of their minds. Whoever did it probably got short. Pulled a Pelosi.
Well, let's see where it is. It's up today.
What's the handle?
Bud. B-U-D.
Bud, B-U-D?
Yep. Yeah, it's up 0.25% today.
Ooh.
Ben, I'm trying to promote you to panelist. So here's a view app. Here's the gap close. It looks as though our opening range is the high of the day. And we're kind of far off that 71 level. Do we want to look for a short here? We do have the value area special situation play that is possible.
You could you try it.
Okay, well, you don't have very good trade location off the opening range, but we are possibly, accepting inside value from yesterday. With the opening range the high of the session, I look for shorts. So on Rick's suggestion, we are short. Ben, promote. I'm trying to get you in there, buddy. Here he goes.
Okay, I'm in. I'm sorry, I might not have seen the join screen.
That's all right. That's all right. What's going on?
Morning. Well, I'm still kind of dialing in here. I kind of, I know once we're back in range, the idea would be to look for the special situation play, but I'm also seeing a reason based on volume ledges and things that there might be a reaction that's for something from, I'd say at the extreme around, hold on, let me, I can show you this, is about between 53 half and, 53.75 and 53. It's a little stronger around 53.75, but that's right around settlement and close. And I just can see a move back up, at least the value very high, 56 half, or even the prior higher day. If we get down there before it continues lower, it's contrarian, I guess, but it is also with the fact that right now value is higher, and that would, it's going to take a little while to really develop acceptance in the.
Yes. Yeah, sometimes yes, and sometimes it jumps right at it, right?
Yeah.
Doesn't look like this is one that's jumping right at it.
Other than if somebody wanted, attempt to short down to that area, I'm seeing, I'm still doing a little work here. I'm seeing just a reaction area there. Also, if you look at the TPOs there was a lot of up and down with, it's quite wide down there as well.
Down here, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, you couldn't wait to sell it, huh?
Well, it's the value area special situation that maybe I FOMO'd into a little bit here, because sometimes it happens fast. And it was the fact that the opening range was the high of the session that kind of pushed me into it. So, but I don't think we have too much risk here. If we take out the high of the opening range, it's 5 points.
Yeah.
So high of the opening range is 61. So we'll go 2.5 for the stop, just to put something in. I don't think we necessarily have to stay in for it. So this is that thick area you're talking about down here, right, Ben?
Second. Yes. Yeah. Exactly. In the volume. But actually, I'm looking at it from a extended profile of the contract. But we haven't been up here, so it's all kind of new anyway.
Right.
It's all pretty.
Yeah. I saw that email you sent me. I'm going to get back to you on that.
Oh yeah, cool. That's that doesn't always trip me up, but because we're up in an area where we have a lot to the left, and I did I A-B'd it, between the continuous and the straight, and it's like I'm confused.
Well, this is in an answer, I think, to partially part of your question. When there is valid information in the current front month, that's what I'm going to focus on. But when you go so far back in the current front month that it's, there's a trade every handle, and you got lots of breaks and stuff in the profiles. It makes it much more difficult. So then you got to kind of try and lean on the continuation chart, which is always off as far as prices are concerned, right? Because there's always a premium or a discount to the front month. Just helps to confuse things, right?
Exactly. You're already short, but right here, in my opinion, wouldn't be a bad. It's attempting to go higher, but it may just be a fake out. It's not getting through the open, and it'd be an asymmetric opportunity with the high of the open. Risk a point or two when it actually may come all the way back down into the range.
So what are you saying?
Well, you're already short, but I'm saying, like, I think there's a short, like, right where we are right here, just risking the high. If somebody wanted to try it, it's very asymmetric, and it, we got rejected out of yesterday's range, but
Right. Well, we just took that short. So we got 2 on right now. And I've got my stop at 62.50. Do you like that for the stop?
yeah, that's pretty good. I don't know if it needs to be that high, but maybe it's fine.
Well, that's going to give us just a few ticks above the opening range to hit those stops without getting taken out.
Right.
And
Well, let them have another one up here and just make your stop a 2-lot.
well, that's what I did. We're short 2.
I see quantity 1.
That's the tick volume. Here's the position.
Oh,
right
got it, 2 at.
there.
Okay.
Yep.
So you averaged in. Good.
Yep. Yeah, I don't know if it's averaging in or adding to a loser, but no, I think this was a more of a zone, like we got in.
Yeah. No, I think that's a good thing.
Huh. Will is asking what Tom's name would be. Would it be Winthorpe?
What's that?
Will is asking what Tom's name, if he was here, would be. You're Randolph. I'm Mortimer. He's Beaks. He might not like that.
Oh, Column.
We'll have to get him in here. Beaks. Greg, can you repeat the trade? The opening range is the high of the day, Greg. Here on this platform, we can see that. This gold bar here is the first minute of trade. That's, to me, the opening range, and it remains the high of the session. The market traded up to the weekly kickoff high and has been coming off ever since. So when we left the opening range at the high, we got poor trade location. We added in to that trade location when it came back in the opening range, and now we've got the market trying to continue to push lower. What we're looking for, pardon?
What's your target?
Well, what we're looking for is acceptance inside value from yesterday. Volume value high in the S&Ps is here. We are now inside it. Are we accepting? The next acceptance would be inside TPO value high, which is here. And if we accept that, the eventual target is value low for the TPO, which is all the way down here.
This is that area, we're plowing through it. This is where I was expecting to see a reaction.
So what I think we do here is this is that kind of consolidation area. We cover one, we just bought one, and then we limit risk.
So you covered 1?
Yep.
Yep. Good.
So 61 is the high of the opening range. This is our current position. I'm just going to leave this here and we're going to see what happens.
You drop your stop?
Well, I didn't, because our current position is 60 and our stop is 62.
Why not drop your stop?
Where should I drop my stop to?
just above the high of the day.
So 61 quarter.
Just 2.5. Yeah.
Well,
Or
that's
16.5.
well, that's a big difference there. Thanks for letting me know about that, there, Randolph.
Okay.
Caesar, I'm in agreement with Caesar, man. Every time I move a stop, it comes, takes out the stop, and then I watch the trade play without me. But we're in good shape here, so.
Well, if you're going to cover, where's your target?
If I'm going to cover, well, I want to see what happens at value high, TPO value high here.
You put your stop above VWAP too.
60, which is in essence where we are. May as well just take the trade.
So I took my trade at the 53 quarter, whatever, 75, whatever it was, and I got stopped out, but then I re-entered at the overnight.
Let it ride, John, and if it rallies a little bit, reload against VWAP.
Yeah.
So 57 even.
Nice character.
You guys hear that boing? Maybe you can't hear it. It's a Slack message. Nice job, Darren. All right, Bear goes along. Thank you. I didn't want it to be annoying. Would you? This is a good question, Rudella. Would
You
you?
got 10 cents in it.
Yeah. Yeah.
What was last night's lows?
Last night's low is 41.47.50.
Yeah.
I got stopped out again.
Edward says 41.46 is a pivot.
May hit some stops, and that might not be a bad play.
Down here, right?
Yeah.
All right, so we're getting some suggestions of
There you go.
41, 44, 41, 46, 41, 37. Point of control, maybe.
I like 4,100.
4150 has always been a pivotal number.
Yeah, it's psychological too, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, 0.
Zero.
Good answer.
And don't forget, we do have news at 9 o'clock.
So,
Jason made 1,600 on that. He's taking it easy for the day. You're welcome.
you reel it in at 50 and then put it back out again, John. You're short at 41.60.
Right. We were short 2 up there, Greg. We kind of took a trade below the opening range. It came back in the opening range. We sold another one, and we took one off at a profit, and we're still sitting here with the other one.
Hey, Scrabby.
So, Rick, you've got us looking to get in again up here at VWAP.
Got a bunch of the 4150 area is going to be psychological, like you said. You know,
We'll get out.
and don't forget your 10% rule.
Well, my 10% rule's down here.
I wish I would have. I didn't get filled on the trade I was talking about up by the open.
Oh, okay.
Stopped out twice since trying to
Get
catch
in.
bounces. Yeah, that's not start.
All right, we are now officially flat.
2 for 2.
Trade.
Not a bad start.
No, it's a good job.
Been on a streak the last week.
Yeah, it's been going pretty well. Now I just can't. If I start to get nervous about trying to keep a streak together, that's when I'm in trouble.
Right.
So no nervous. Every trade starts from 0. If I try and protect, I call it a Bears trade, like with the Chicago Bears. If they go into the locker room at halftime winning, they play the rest of the game not to lose, and they always lose when they do that. So we don't want to get into that.
Put another sell out there around 4156, John.
So you want to look for that
Hit that
short
view up.
VWAP. What's the risk?
I don't know, give it 5 cents. You're playing with their money now, so.
That's my money. We're starting from 0.
Okay, Gooby.
We're starting from 0.
It's mine.
Gooby. 56. I mean, that's...
You're right. You do need a tan. You ought to look awful pale against that black shoulder.
I know. I'm trying to adjust the lighting.
You can buy the bottle tan stuff and turn you orange like a Cheeto.
No, I don't want to do that. Ah!
What?
Are you okay?
Yeah, no. I just flashed my picture on the YouTube side. Here, you know what I can do? Here, I can do this. There we go. Hey. How you doing? But you guys don't see
Just a
that.
snack bitch for a 19-and-a-half-year-old dog.
You guys don't see that on the Zoom meeting. Here, I can just put my little picture right here.
It's Casper.
Yeah, I could use a tan, that's for sure. Greg wants to join us and show us something. Hang on a second. Where are you, Greg? You know, I was just going to say, we haven't seen Mr. Hoyt here for a while. I'm going to get Matt in here, too. We're going to have a party here today.
Yeah. Good morning, traders.
What's
Good
up,
morning.
Mr. Hoyt? How are you?
Yeah, I'm doing well. I hope you guys are doing well. Sounds like we're having fun today.
Yeah. It's been a while. I haven't seen you in a bit. How are things?
It's 2 for 2 this morning.
I went to Siesta Key, Florida for a little spring break with the fam, so that was fun.
I love Siesta Key. White sand.
I'm telling you, the place is fun, and the sand, cool to the touch. No matter
It's
how hot.
unbelievable, man. It's so beautiful.
Yeah.
There was I was down there a while back, and there was a guy was building guitars, Siesta Key guitars. And I didn't want to bring one of mine on the plane, so I called him up. I'm like, "Do you have a guitar I can rent for a week?" And he's like, "Yeah, I got kind of an experimental guitar here you can have." And it was just a beater that he was testing like finishes on. So it wasn't the prettiest thing, but it played.
Right.
But nice guy. I hope he's still doing well.
Cool. I've never looked around and haven't seen a place that sells guitars there.
He was his shop was originally on Siesta Key, and when tourism really just started taking over, somebody offered him. They gave him an offer he couldn't refuse for his property, so he moved off the key. And I went to his house, and his house is like, well, there's like a pool in back, but around the pool is all the equipment to build guitars.
So he hangs out in the pool, builds guitars on the poolside.
Yes.
Nice life.
Yep. Well, you have the right piece of property and you sell it to Walgreens or something like that.
Yeah.
If they want it, they're going to get it.
Yeah, they won't stop.
His dad said everything's for sale for the right price.
Absolutely.
So you like the short play here. You're still short? Or what?
No, we took profit on both.
Nice.
He made money on 2 shorts.
Nice.
And now we're hanging around. We have Greg.
Yeah, I just wanted to show something real quick, Mr. Holt.
All right, let's see it. Hang on.
I'm on mobile though, so just bear with me.
Oh.
I'm sure you're gonna see what I'm trying to say.
I've
I still got my app open.
I've never seen this. I don't know if it's going to work if you're showing mobile on your phone, but we'll see.
Okay, let's see. All right, so, well, first off, this is a precursor. While I hit share, share the screen. Okay, so you guys see something now?
Nope.
No, nothing. Just your name.
Let me try this again. Start broadcast. Okay. All right. So, boom.
Hey.
See my screen now?
Okay. Yeah, it works.
You got something?
Yeah.
All right, bet. So obviously we have right here. This was yesterday's session, right? And I had drawn a wedge pattern. We have an ascending, broadening wedge, and as we can see, price broke out
and failed.
Came back right, but then look where we found support again, right?
Tweezer bars.
Now, right. So now when I'm into the 5 minute now. We had reaction at the base of the pattern, right? But we're bearish now. So what I was trying to say was, if we could look to see if price comes back into this EMA area here, but this is the EMA 20, EMA 9. So once if we were to get a rejection in this area, we may look to short again. That's what I was trying to show.
And you have B1 right there also around 57, so.
Correct. So this area right here, within this whole little cluster here,
prime.
Obviously we're still bearish. So the EMA's flip. So that's how I was trying to say. The session POC was about 41.56, but obviously it's gonna change over time. So that's what I meant by at the current session POC.
Which is right where we're at now, right?
Correct. So let me just clean it up a little bit. Let me take this off and just keep those 2 stuff on there. So now, I'm sorry, guys.
So you got all indices in the red now, right?
Are they in the red? We can take a look. Let me see.
I'm looking at the Dow's down 27, 28.
They're all right here. You see these guys? Well, I don't know if they're all red, but let me just go back to the ES minis. So my question to you, Hope, this could be a potential reversal. I'm just saying because we found support here. Obviously, it could be a bearish pullback. So I was just trying to bring it to your attention to help us hypothesize.
Sure.
Add information to the table.
I appreciate that.
Right.
Appreciate that.
No problem.
Yeah,
and right here, I'm gonna bring it to the 30. One more thing. We have this right here, 41.47, 44.75. This was the daily pivot for yesterday. This value.
Got it.
So that's what I was trying to show you.
Cool.
All right, I'm done now.
Yeah, now show us some of your text messages.
What's in there? Oh, man, don't know. A little boring in there. Thank you, Mr. Hope.
No problem. Thank you.
Yes, indeed. All right, let me get off the screen now.
You're off.
All right. Okay. Class back in session.
I took it away. So 57 is now VWAP. We're looking for a short at 56 with a stop above the high at 61.
So something that happens a lot in my observation is we do get a special situation play, and I'm looking at the volume value area high at 56 half.
Up here,
so
right.
coincides with the VWAP area, and before that happens, like in a new TPO, which we have in a couple minutes, like that next TPO will, either hit it or it'll come to that vicinity on either side of it before it goes. I mean, obviously the strict rule is it doesn't go back outside of it, but I've kind of abandoned that, and that may be why a lot of people say, oh, it doesn't work anymore, because it's not exacting to the rules,
Nothing is, though,
Right. Yeah. I mean, I'm with you. It's like I don't know whoever said it invalid anymore, because they don't know what they're talking about. So I can go back any random week and find it happening.
Do you know who said it? You know who said it?
Dalton himself.
Dalton himself. He doesn't know shit.
Tell us how you really feel.
No. I mean, it's a joke. He's the godfather of the profile. Of course he knows his shit. I'm just kidding.
Like Bill Murray on Caddyshack. Dalai Lama.
The Dalai, yes, right. Yep, you will
Says
receive.
Gunga Dunga Gunga.
You will receive total consciousness.
Yeah.
I forgot I still had my camera on the YouTube side. I'm going to turn that off so people don't have to see that.
Can't see you anyway, John. You're too white.
Yeah, right. Well,
Casper.
the contrast of the
Casper.
the bookcase behind me is kind of stark, isn't it?
Blind everybody.
Well, summer's coming. I will. Although I don't really tan, I burn and then I peel, and then I burn and I peel, and then I burn and then I peel, then I tan.
Wow, process.
Yes.
You got dad skin.
Yeah, Rick, you got the.
I got mom's. Even
So
though she was never out golfing, so
rusty golfer. So you got that going for you, which is nice.
yeah.
All right, here we go.
You got a offer out in there, John?
Yeah, we do. 56. New TPO.
Oh.
We're in.
Numbers out.
Numbers out.
Sell it.
Numbers out. Jolts.
That stopped me out hard.
Yeah.
Well, we went long.
Let's
No,
see what
we're
the
short.
follow-through-
Oh yeah, but exactly, yes. Oh
See what the
man.
follow through is here. Got more of a
No, I know you don't follow EMAs, Mr. Hogue, but when you see these type of magics, when the market respects it for a very long time, it's hard to abandon it.
Well, I do. There's a couple of VMAs here. Well, these are whole moving averages.
Mm-hmm.
This is the 9 session and the 13. The
Okay,
9
okay,
is
okay.
below the 13. They're both heading lower.
What
Factory
was the-
orders.
Yes,
Uh-oh.
So
Yeah. It's breaking out. It broke out of the top part of the center wedge.
yeah, we're out now.
Yeah, this is not looking good. Yeah, I think we should close.
Yeah, we had to stop above, so we're good.
Yes. Keep your brackets out all times.
You can reload, John.
So
I'm
dirt.
done for the day.
Are you?
Yeah, not good. It's one of those things too. I just felt a little out of it this morning, and I'm like, oh, another cup of coffee, maybe a kick it into gear, maybe my vitamin D. I just couldn't get my head clicking, and whenever I feel that way, I just have this.
Whatever came out, the metals were loving it.
Well, here it is. The labor turnovers. Job openings came out through 9.931 million. The forecast was 10.5. There's fewer job openings out there. The
The dollar
economy.
fell out of bed. The dollar fell off a
the economy is slowing. And that's going to be something that the Fed is going to look at to say, well, maybe we should stop raising rates.
Oh, so that's the correlation.
Yes.
Yeah, dollar fell down to 101.80.
Bad news is good news these days.
Yeah. Because we're going by what the Feds want, not what the actual data is supposed to present.
Right, and here's another one. Factory.
How could that be bullish to
factory orders were 0.7% lower, not 0.5% lower. So factory orders are down, fewer jobs. That's bad for the economy, but good for rates. Everything's about rates right now. So bad news is good news.
The dollar crashed.
The dollar, yeah. Let's see.
I don't know. I don't see how that's good for stocks. That's just me.
Because they're gonna.
No. I agree with you with that, Mr. Oh, that's your little brother or big brother?
That's my big brother.
Oh, okay, big bro. Yes, Mr. Big Bro. I'm with you. I feel like I was confused like that, but then now you got to change it. Is the data in respect to what now? Because I agree. If I see these negative numbers, I would want to think the market's going to sell.
Well, that's
because
why
it's negative.
You needed to sell that pop.
Yeah.
So where's the next spot we sell at? Should we try it again at VWAP? 57?
But Mr. Hope, aren't you afraid that this might create a bull run or reversal?
Well, I think we're already in a bull run here.
That 41.70.
Overall, but in this moment right here, because of the news, you don't think the market would kind of take this spike in price action and run with it?
Well, the knee jerk I think was okay, so maybe they're going to slow the roll in rates. But as this digests, maybe they're going to say, you know what? This is not good news for the economy. It's not good news for stocks. So we just shorted again here. We're gonna just put
no problem. I only ask that because sometimes when you see these sharp movements, it's like as a trader you have to say this. Okay, am I gonna go with it or go against it?
Right.
So that's pretty much what I was just asking in that moment.
Right. No, I get you.
Right. Okay.
Trend is your friend, though. Look at the.
Right now, I probably wouldn't be doing anything. Personally, I want to let the dust settle a little bit. I'm okay with missing a trade.
I mean, right now in the analysis, we had an attempt to get accepted back into yesterday's range, and it's been rejected.
Now it's showing rejection.
Yeah. But it's so close and back and forth. It's almost like, well, are they faking people out?
Where did A period close?
54 half.
54.
Trying to raise its head, and it's just getting hammered every time it does.
So 54 half. A period opens to B period inside the volume value area from yesterday. Is that a sign of possible acceptance?
If we get back down, I mean, right now we're 25 minutes from a new TPO, and it's basically been an open, you could say test and drive, but an open drive up. And it's, in my opinion, it's always risky to short against the open of a 15 or 30-minute bar. You're going to get a lot of spring action. I mean, to think it's just going to roll back over through the open of it is really optimistic. So I'd wait to short until we got back down, and it starts to build volume
below there.
Yeah, or below the prior high day or value area high. You can tell when there's limits coming in that are starting to push it down. This is where like an application like Bookmap or Jigsaw with the Auction Vista or whatever can show you where like it moves down like a ledge where there's all that real resistance where there's limits coming in that are holding it and pushing it down at every couple prices.
I was hoping Joe was here. I don't see Joe.
Yeah, I haven't seen him for a while since he was Have you heard from him?
Yeah, he was in the prep this morning.
Oh, okay, good. Yeah, before I got stopped out, I'd already got stopped out. I was saying that I don't know if it's been a real bane for me, like to be like let's say I have a really good morning. It's still real early. Well, it's really hard for me to just go do something else with the rest of the day, even though that's why I got into training.
Right.
And I don't know. I just have it's the same thing. I get here and I don't feel 100%, or my mind's somewhere else, or it's not even working, whatever. And it's but I'm here to work, and so you just fake it till you make it, or, I'm used to, I know what it's like to have been out all night and then have to be at work at 7 a.m. and go in and you just plow through, And I'm not saying that's what happened today. I'm just saying it's the mentality that I gotta be at work, I gotta do it.
Right.
And it actually is worse for me. It hurts me. It'd be better if I was just lazy and hated to be here most of the time.
Yeah, we're dead
I forgot
on.
what my point was with that.
I think we're dead on this. It's hard to walk away, up or down.
Well, it happened to me yesterday. I was up like $500 and gave it all back and then some, because I thought it's so early. I don't really want to know what I want to do next, and I had that feeling. I didn't listen to it. It's like listening to your body when you need to go to sleep and you don't.
Yeah.
Yeah,
the older I get, the more I listen to that.
I'm getting better at it.
Oh, there's Joe. Oh, I guess he was here. He left. I'm looking in the chat. He was in here, but he's not here now. Michael is saying it looks like a P-shaped profile. Why does everybody want a short? Get some short covering here. Daniel Ben is asking, do you usually trade minis? Maybe if you're feeling off or up on the day, maybe switch to micros.
You're absolutely right. Sometimes I do. I'm thinking about it right now, but I don't know. It takes some. I have to do something in the charts to make it so I can do that, and it's sort of kind of a pain. So. No, that's a great idea.
Because we're trading micros, but I really focus on the mini charts.
Yeah, that's what I do too.
Yeah.
Dollar's making new lows.
And to that end, actually, I thought, especially when I have a bad day, all my rules come in crystal clear. All my best practices come crystal clear to my mind. It's why not start the week on a Monday? Just whether it's warming up sim or warming up in micros, if you're going to trade the minis or something like that, where you can lose a lot really fast, just warm up until you feel like you got the swing. And
Mondays have typically been terrible trading time for me.
Yeah,
Monday mornings.
I'm starting to think Fridays too are also one I got
Sam.
more cautious than happened to me recently. I forgot it was quad witching. I forgot it was a bunch of end of the month, whatever. I had a real bad 31st.
End of the day, end of the month, end of the quarter, quadruple witching.
Yeah, and I sort of knew that, but then a lot of times I come in the market and I'm like, yeah, I know all this stuff coming in, whether it's a new, like right here, I got stopped out. I forgot we had news at 9. I forgot. Then all of a sudden it just burst and stopped me out. I'm like, and I just I was going to average in, and I'm like, I lost sight of it. Sometimes I lose sight of it. I think this is where it helps having a trading partner or being a part of a group, is to, kind of keep you on point, because somebody might mention it,
Mm-hmm. And we got Jason, who had a good morning already, switched to micros to make sure his P&L stays. What happened? Yeah. You all right, Greg?
Yeah, man, I was dropping.
Oh.
Yeah, we don't have people on video, so when somebody yells out and then they go silent, I wonder what's going on.
Yeah. But I got a quick question. Being that Top Step lifted off those rules, remember we had to stay flat during events. I still try to make that a staple into my habits.
Oh, it's totally one of mine. I don't. I know. I never hold positions into major economic events.
Yeah, man, this is very important. It's very important. Because I took a trade on ZS earlier, made 600, and it appeared that the price was going to continue to go, but got so much profit, just taking a run. Just taking a run.
Mm-hmm.
But oh yeah, with Quad Witching Day, that's when you guys went up to the meeting in Las Vegas, and in my head I'm like, man, Top Step sure knows when to leave the market. It's a very good idea, you guys.
No, that was in February. It wasn't Quad Witching. I think we were maybe coming into rollover.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Barcode.
That's it. So what are we watching now? Like, what is that mindset of the traders now, from the senior group and us? Like, what should we be looking at now?
Well, we're about to get stopped out of that short at VWAP. So my mindset now is says who what? Well, my mindset is I want to see an opportunity up here around weekly kickoff high.
Well, yeah, that's ideal.
And then if we do start to show acceptance back inside value from yesterday, then I'm looking the other direction.
Okay, understood. Well, another question is, were you
they were a little too tight with a stop on that, but it's all right.
Were you surprised with the price action yesterday, being that we sold off so much and came back into value from Friday?
Well, no.
Okay.
Here's why. If you can see, so this was M period. To me, this was all a late spike.
Mm-hmm.
The opening range was the high of the session until later on. So the early move was to the short side, but looking for support in the late spike or the base of the late spike was really what we should have been looking at. Or I mean, I could say should have been looking for in hindsight.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so if you were short and it was good enough to cover down here, it was good enough to go for a long, because this was, you know, kind of an afternoon pullback. This is excess low. This is a late spike. And we opened above the late spike. So that's indicative of acceptance of higher pricing.
Correct.
So when we put in this low down here and we couldn't hold below the low of the initial balance, this was a really kind of a sweet opportunity for a cheap long.
I agree, Mr. Ho, because I shorted that candle because I felt like we was overextended from Friday. And then once I closed the position from the short yesterday, I'm not gonna lie, I took a nap because you got a good trade, so you're not gonna do too much.
Mm-hmm.
So I took a nap and woke back up, and then I seen price recovered from the Friday yesterday. So that's why I asked, and I agree with that explanation.
You know, if we're looking at the bigger picture here, this is the daily chart.
Yes.
Okay, so we've got a pretty decent up move going here. The structure on the daily chart looks good, but in the shorter time frame charts, there's lots of faulty things. Hang on a second here. Let's go back to the profile because this is going to show you. So this was an emotional upside move last week. We left weak lows. Weak low here, weak low here. Naked points of control, a go-go down below.
Yeah.
It wasn't organized.
Go-go?
Yes, that's an industry term.
Okay.
No, it just means there's a lot of them. There's another industry term, oodles of visual targets down below. Look at this.
Unfinished business.
Yes. So if we couldn't hold that low yesterday, then there was a pretty good chance that we were going to come in and take out some of this stuff. But overall, it would be more of a pullback to an area of potential balance, so inventories can even out, and then the next move can ensue after that.
Mm-hmm. So when we say the balance, you mean in the next value area?
Yeah, longer term value area. So
Okay.
we would, what I would be looking for is a pullback into an area of balance for the next either upside move or a downside breakout in outside of the area of balance.
Understood. Thank you, Mr. Ho.
Mm-hmm. No problemo. And all of it could be right, could be wrong. The goal is look for opportunities that are cheap.
To limit risk.
So we were too
Limit
cheap
risk.
on that stop, on that short, because now it's going our way. So what I'm thinking, after yesterday's low volume, loss of open interest, that the upside auction, that's a warning shot. The upside auction is tiring. So that's another thing that's got me looking to the short side today, because we saw a loss in open interest yesterday on lower volume. The upside auction was presenting as healthy to this point. So if this does indeed continue to cut off volume and reduce open interest, that's going to tell me that, okay, the momentum to the upside has slowed. Are we, number one, running out of money to continue the move to the upside? No. Maybe the smart money is going to let the chips fall where they may and find better trade locations at lower levels. Right? So,
Right.
one of the things that we saw last week that we haven't seen in a while, and again, this is a different platform, but I just want to show you, okay, price moving higher on negative delta, higher open interest. Longer term buyers were present. The price value moving higher on negative delta. The buyers are still present. The move to the upside here on negative delta. Buyers are still present. Yesterday, the opening range is the low of the session initially. That's right. The opening range was the low of the session, not the high of the session. It was the low of the session. We had a move to the upside. We come all the way back. We take out that opening range, but we're still in the late spike from Friday. The market looks lower, dies, comes back in, and rotates almost all the way back to the high for the session. So now we've got positive delta, which means that delta is congruent with direction, indicating this is shorter time frame buyers accumulating longs. If those shorter time frame buyers accumulating longs continue to accumulate longs here, what are they feeling now? They're going, oh shit. So if this is right, if my assumption that the auction to the upside is tiring, the thing to do this morning was to look for opportunities to sell strength. So now we're back in value. I'm going to put a short right here, relatively close to the high of value from TPO value. From volume value high from yesterday, to see if we get an opportunity to get back up there. It's half back right about here. So if we can get here, I'm looking for a short to see some continuation to the downside. Do we look to barrel into a short if we take out the low of the overnight?
I think you need some information from C period.
This is the amazing part of trading. This is the figuring out the code. It's the fun part. But look at gold going up about 40 points.
Yeah. Dollar.
Because gold go up, could we use that to say that the stock will go down? That's not a good thing to do, correct?
Well, I don't really see that close a correlation. Do we want to buy it here? I don't.
The bonds really didn't spike. I don't know what that means. But John, you said Friday you looked at the way it was set up and you saw a cheap buy opportunity. Do you see a cheap buy opportunity today or no?
Yeah, I do. Down here.
Down here. What price is that?
Value low from yesterday. TPO value low 41.33.
41.33. Okay, so that'd be maybe where prices headed anyway. You just don't know. I mean, right? I mean, we've been rocketing higher, this last week, and it's been really a strong move.
Yes.
Price,
but
this price stretch, like I don't see anything telling me until we have to at least crack 47s today to be like, okay, let's look for something. And finally, we just cracked the 41.47s, and even that's just the overnight lows. And you could say, well, we closed at 47, whatever. I mean, we closed at 53. It's just finally you've got a little crack below 47. Are we going to close below there on one of these bars? I mean, you need to see us close below 47 on any time frame. I don't care if it's the 1 minute. Give me a close below that, then I can maybe look for a pullback to sell.
Oops.
I'd say here's a buy right here, risking about 42. It's a little risky, but
I mean, it's almost like we have to pull back and make a lower low to kind of start stair-stepping lower, which we haven't done this whole rally.
Well, I mean, you're looking at the daily. No, you're not. But don't forget, I mean, we saw evidence of a tiring upside auction yesterday.
Right. I mean, yeah, I look at dailies quickly, because it's like just what happened in the last 3 days. That's what I want to know. But yeah, my little pitchfork says, okay, this is a place we could run out of energy. That doesn't mean we're going lower. Maybe we're going to stall and take a breath and continue, or maybe we're going to fail. Plus, end of the quarter, usually there's a window dressing, then some follow through on Monday. Maybe it's time to just, do a retracement. I don't know.
What was the previous low? What was the overnight low?
Overnight low 47.75. Oh, from Monday?
No, today.
Today.
47.50.
So, the S&P's having trouble getting through that.
Well,
you know what I mean?
Well, I'm going to take a short here just for the hell of it. And I'm going to put my stop just because I want this low volume node to hold. 48, 49. Because this is the overnight low. And if it doesn't, then we probably should be going the other way, but
I mean, I see the Russell is the only index so far that's really cracked and made a lower low. Nothing else has followed suit yet, and the Russell is pretty much the weakest.
So what we should... What's that?
So what did you do? You got stopped out?
Yeah. Because I got in a really poor trade location looking for
I was going to say your entry level was
a faster continuation of the downside. What I was looking for. But we got to remember to try and sell strength.
All right, so at least we made a lower low on the day. Let's see. Let me see what I can come up with if I'm really trying to get short.
You took some profits in the metals, John.
You did good.
I mean, maybe we pull back to 58. I don't know. It seems like a stretch, but it could happen.
Point of
Right? You
control.
sell at 58, your stop's at maybe 64. And you're playing for a larger move to the downside.
I'm gonna go out
You have to take out. You have to take out yesterday's low.
Well, how about VWAP? So we had the hull, we had the hulls looking lower. We had resistance at an important level overnight. We had the high of the day, the opening range that did not hold. We got value area special situations. The nuance, I don't think we're going to get back up to 58 today.
Yeah, would that be through the high of the opening range or no?
No, actually the opening range high was 61. Yeah, 61. The target on this, on a short, would be the value low, TPO value low of 41.33.
33.
Nice job, Barry.
So are we now going longer in the sessions?
No, I do have to get going. Just wanted to watch and see what happened here. But that's coming soon.
Doctor's asking what happened. You were up 60, now you're up 12.
We had a couple of losses.
Sold it in a hole.
We had a couple of losses. We got stopped out on the short up here. We had a good trade. We've had a couple of losses. Back to even. Doctor. Delta is showing positive against lower prices. Rob, session Delta is negative 3,200. If you're using TS Trader, see how this is showing minus 3,200? F-bomb it, hit F5 and restart it. Reboot the profile or the platform. Maybe that'll straighten it out. Oh, yeah, it happens. Oh, yeah, it was on the ETH Delta. Yeah, you want session. So basically, Delta's congruent with direction right now. It's not going to be much help. It's when the divergence is in where you're going to get help. All right, I do have to run. Thank you all for joining me today. And wow, look at this. This is funky. And
thanks, everybody.
Thank you.
Pretty well.
Thanks, guys.
Ben, Matt, Rick, Greg, everybody, thanks for joining today. And you hope you caught that first short and you're up money and you're going to go play golf or something today. God bless you all.
Mr. Holt, thank you. Mr. Holt, thank you. See you soon.
Talk to you soon.
Have a good one.
All right, guys.